Good morning, viewers. Thank you very much. Welcome back again. This is Punchline Africa Television. This is Diplomatic Leaks Show, a show that goes behind the diplomatic lines to find out what happens. Wherever you are across the continent of Africa, the world, in the morning, at night, in the evening, in the afternoon, sleeping, waking up, like people now almost in the United States, they're halfway of their sleep, maybe midnight, about that time. This is Punchline Africa TV. This morning, we look at what ails Africa, what destroys Africa in terms of money laundered on its continent. Does Africa have its own investors? Are there investors in Africa? Do you have them? Or do we receive men who are conmen who come as investors? This is exactly the point that we want to tackle this morning. We are not going to go into too much of the difficulties of what has happened, but we shall take a case study of the Kenyan scenario yesterday or the day before yesterday, a few days ago, where a headline in Kenya shocked very many. Over 25 billion Kenya shillings were wired, cleaned and wired through Kenya or using Kenyan banks. What does this imply and what implications does it have on Kenya's economy and on Kenya as the hub of East African economic bloc? Does it give confidence? Therefore, let me do a takeaway, then we can go into several other difficulties. The state of money laundering in the region continues to bring a lot of uncertainty in the economics of this region. Money laundering is one of the crimes that should be punished and must be punished by all international business-loving people. If money is laundered, it can cause crime, it can cause wars, it can cause conflict, because laundered money comes in huge amounts that can be used to buy mercenaries. If any money is laundered into Africa, it can bust the economy. The economy can work. Today, as we speak, Kenya is rationing its dollar. Would this be the effects of the situation that would have been arrested a long time ago? Any country does not refuse people from trading. If you are an investor, you come into these countries of Africa, you can invest. But an investor who does not come with money, but comes with paperwork and comes with documents, lines up documents in Africa, must be shunned. We have seen so many investors claiming to be investors. Some of them have no money, even on account. The worst part of it, some of them have no offices in Europe, in Dubai, in Qatar, but they come on the continent and tell us they're investors. And we give them our little and tax-collected currency. We bring them into our systems and make them part and parcel of our systems. This indeed has killed many African economies. The case of Kenya, for example, how did these people be allowed to open up bank accounts? How were they opening up companies? With whom were they working with to open up companies? Were there institutions that were supposed to focus on who is opening a company and what are the intentions? Who was covering them? These are the questions that any person working on this case must investigate and interrogate and find out the answers. The case of Kenya, the 25 billion The Asset Recovery Agency has only recovered 5.6 billion shillings. The rest of the 20 billion or so has been wired out of Kenya, and we don't know where it has gone, to the hands of terrorism, or it has gone to kill more people somewhere in the world somehow. Because such money, if it is genuine, why should it be wired into Europe or Asia, then wired back into Africa, then taken away from Africa? If it is going to work for the interest of the people of the place, as the Nigerians are saying, it was for diaspora money, it is their money. But why is it that the diaspora don't live only in Kenya? The diaspora live across in Europe. Why then to leave that money, remove it from Europe and send it to Africa, then from Africa take it back? That is wrongdoing. That is cleaning of the money. Therefore, such actions, we politicians at the helm, guarded. And what bothers me most about the Kenyan scenario is the people who laundered the money, who broke the law, seem to be more confident than the law itself. They seem to be even insulting the judges, the people, the arresting officers, and they tell them there's nothing you are going to do. I read it today on one of the papers, and I saw a Nigerian guy saying that money is our clean money because they are not in custody. They are not in the custody of the people of Kenya. And they are writing and saying it is our money, and they are confidently. A few months ago, about 10 months ago, in 2020, around the same time, I met a group. I bumped into a group of the same Nigerians. The group, it was paid for, funded for by Ruto's people and Ruto's office in one of the hotels. I passed that information to the relevant authorities about the operations of this group. And unfortunately, it didn't take time before the scandal came. They were meeting so many people, meeting top people, and the people from Ruto's office could come. And I used to see them because I go to the same hotel for my lunch, and that was in 2020. So I'm not surprised today that this has happened. And I'm not surprised that it turned out to be the same thoughts that I had when I saw that group mushrooming and masquerading in the hotel. As they were very close, they were IT experts. They can transfer, they can do messaging and so on. They were there. But where do we go from here? Why should a country like Kenya spoil its reputation through money laundering agents supported by some people in the government? What is the government going to do? What will the DCI do? Now it is Interpol chasing the case. Can it be Interpol that will rescue this country? Because anybody trying to get to these people, they will say it is a political witch hunt, but Interpol has no political witch hunt. Therefore, we leave it to the authorities to investigate more and find out more what they can do and what they have got and not got. I thank you very much this morning.
Well, that's very well said. I don't know if there's any need for us to add any more information, but maybe for the sake of our viewers who are watching and joining us from wherever you're watching us from this morning, that submission by Doc is based on a news item that made headlines yesterday, where 3 Nigerians suspected to enjoy the backing of a powerful Kenyan politician and 2 Kenyans wired about 25.6 billion Kenya shillings between October and November 2020, setting off alarm bells in Europe under the global police agency Interpol over possible money laundering. Bank statements provided by European investigator revealed a cross-continental operation that moved huge sums of dollars to Kenyan banks and wired them to multiple companies registered locally with shared ownership and suspect addresses. The cash movement over the 2 months involved over 10 companies owned by the same individuals and registered under near identical names in Kenya, Dubai, US, Nigeria, and Ghana. And according to reports, the Nigerians are suspected of transferring money to bank accounts on several Kenyan shell companies ostensibly owned by them. A total sum of 25.6 billion, as I said, there was wired from Nigeria to Kenya, and some of the funds were now moved to Europe and Asia. And as we speak, we still do have that story on the Star newspaper this morning, on today's paper. And on page 2, the officials of companies under probe over claims of money laundering involving more than 25 billion Kenya shillings say their transactions are clean and above board. The officials based in Nairobi honored summons to the Assets Recovery Agency and explained how they operate. They insisted their businesses are out to help Nigerians abroad to send money home. Officials aware of the meetings at the ARA offices in Nairobi said the representatives were accompanied by a lawyer and armed with records of the transactions. They showed how money is collected in London through a remittance agency sent to Equity Bank in Kenya and later to UBA, which is a Nigerian bank. A source aware of the developments have said. The representative said various laws in Nigeria have made it difficult for most Nigerians abroad to remit money back home, hence the chain of events. They insisted the transactions are genuine and pass the laid down laws, arguing they are an online remittance platform.
So you see, the habitual thief of Kenya has told them what to say. We conclude the case and leave it there. Thank you very much for today.
All right. Thank you for watching. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.